Hi guys, I'm up here in this little garden I've set up on the upper level near the maple tree, and it's right over here next to my spice and flower garden. But I'm thinking it needs more of a pop. These purples and blues are not popping against the fence, and the sun hits the back side of the fence, so it's rather dark on my side, and it also casts a shadow. So I'm thinking I really need something of a brighter color to pop. And I really like berry pinks, kind of like a violet pink, a fuchsia color. And I'm thinking about doing the chairs and the wooden table top. Well, actually, it's just slats that I had painted blue. Thinking about doing that all in a berry pink and seeing if I can just get this area to pop a bit more. Even from back here, you can see it just kind of disappears back into the fence, and that's not what I intended for it to do. I wanted it to be a very inviting spot. I wanted it to be noticeable and a sweet little garden. And I don't think those colors are doing it. They might be nice colors elsewhere, but not in that particular spot. And here's the color I chose. It is called Gloss Berry Pink. So it kind of looks like a strawberry or a raspberry. Little bit violet in tone. But I think this is a very adventurous color. I do think it coordinates well with some of my blues. And I have a lot of blue in my garden, but I think that this is going to set this garden apart. I'm going to make it the pink garden, and I think this color will pop even in the winter up against my somewhat dark fence. So I've just wiped down these planks, and I think once they dry in a couple hours, I want to make sure they're completely dry and somewhat clean before I spray them, but I also want to make sure that the temperature warms up. It's really important that the spray paint and the piece that you're painting are warm enough for good drying conditions. So we'll come back in a couple hours and see how it looks on the table planks. And here's the part of spray painting projects that I hate, the prep work. The ground sucked the chair down into it. I guess it was heaving with freezes over the winter, but it just kind of pulled the whole chair down. And it's covered with mud. So this will not be a fun cleanup, and I have to make sure everything is dry. So this is the part, I like to whip out projects really quickly, and this is the part that slows me down and makes me cranky. But I have these sprayed up. These are the tops to the table, the slats that I had painted blue. And I think they're not quite the pink I was thinking of. They seem to be drying darker, but we'll see how they turn out. I definitely don't think, at least at this point while it's wet, that it is the same color as this. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see how it dries. Hopefully it'll dry darker. And it is looking more berryish and less like Pepto-Bismol as it dries. But I'm going to get working on the chair, prepping the chair. I'm 2 cans of spray paint in, and here is how it's coming along. I can't decide whether it's bubblegum pink or pink flamingo pink, but I'm hoping it dries a little more violet and just a little more violet and a little more berry. This is a color that I have been buying in flowers all last year, and I've been really gravitating towards it. And even though I don't usually gravitate towards it as a decor color, I think it's a really good color in the garden for a really big impact. And I actually discovered that I put this up in my polytunnel, and it was kind of a greenish metal amulary statue. Of course, it's not a functioning amulary, but I thought that would look good with the stars up there. So I went ahead and sprayed that pink just because it had kind of a greenish, yellowish metal that I didn't think would go, but I thought that the actual object would go in this theme. So yes, we'll have to see how this dries. It's coming along. I should have enough to do one last purple chair. As you can see, it's all the way up there. But I think I'm going to prefer this color scheme to the purples and blues. So as they're drying, they're darkening up, and I think I'm really going to like it. I think this is going to be a very striking color in the garden. Here's a blue and white vignette that I'm particularly enamored with, and it's got all the daffodils all over the hill next to it. So this is usually what you see in my garden, and I love it quite a bit. But it was time to make my shade garden a little bit different. And now, by contrast, we have the pink gardens. I am just delighted how it came out. I painted the wreath and the amulary, the tabletop and the two chairs, all the same color, and I think it really ties it all together. It was looking very disjointed. I think I need to center my amulary, and it'll be just perfect. But I am thrilled about this, and boy, does that color show up against the duller background of the kind of faded beige fence. So I think that really sets it apart. A pink garden within a blue and white garden. And I'm going to enjoy using it in this color. I'm so glad I decided to be adventurous. Sometimes you got to go outside your comfort zone. So I think this garden is looking very pretty in pink. And you can even see it really well behind my redbud tree. It coordinates beautifully with those blooms, which will be kind of a purpley pink. I think it's going to look beautiful peeking out from behind the redbud. But as you can see, it really, really stands out. And now you can see the garden. This is great, guys. I am so excited. I hope you like it as much as I do. Thanks for watching. Bye.